Most people are busy chasing success, thinking that it leads them towards their goals, when in reality, they couldn't be more wrong. They're chasing an illusion. If you look at all your favorite artists, all your favorite creators, they have one thing in common. It's not a long line of successes and triumphs, although they do come, that got them to where they are. It's a huge, fat, massive, stinking pile of failures. They had to crawl through the mud, through the trenches, through the fire to get where they are. Not through some nice, rosy smelling field with people interlocking arm in arm. That's not where success comes from. It's from the dirty, horrible failures, the long line of failures. So, to give you an idea of where I came from with this, right? I want you to imagine this. So, throughout my entire experience of being a creator, and basically I'm a recording artist, so I want to record original music, covers, whatever, right? I just want to record audio, music, okay? My personal output, okay, so I've recorded other bands and artists, but on my side, my entire creative output has amounted to 3 covers and 1 original song. And this is over the space of 4 years. So imagine this, right? Waking up day after day, knowing that you should be chasing your goals, trying to attain that vision you have of your future, right? This recording artist is working with other amazing musicians and recording profound, deep, insightful music like my heroes. And what am I doing day after day? Fair enough, I might be practicing here and there, but I'm succumbing to comfort. I'm scrolling YouTube, watching video after video after video of how to become a better musician, when in reality, I'm not turning up for the one life I've got to do it, to just do it. Instead of educating myself on how to do it, just start, man. Imagine this, waking up day after day, and you know that yesterday all you did was you made the wrong choice. Every time I made the wrong choice. 99 times out of 100. I know I should record, but I practice instead. Or I watch TV. I watch 10 episodes of One Piece or something like that, right? So there have been obviously little unfinished projects, and I've worked on other people's stuff and gotten that done. But my own output, 4 things, 3 covers and 1 original song, which you can find on my channel, by the way. Little plug. Do I regret this? Of course I don't. I do not regret this. This extensive list of failed projects to get off the ground. I've got a whole library of Pro Tools sessions that have like a couple tracks and they just went nowhere. All this wasted time choosing the wrong thing, choosing comfort, distraction, social media, my addictions, going out, partying, instead of creating my art, the real thing that I know I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't regret it, because every time it's taught me the invaluable lesson that time and time again, comfort gets you nothing. You have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. It might be moderately pleasant in the moment, but after a couple weeks, after a couple months, it starts to weigh on you. And this is when our mental health will start to decline, because we know we should be climbing towards something. We should be hunting our dreams. And we do this by hunting failure, not success. The illusion that chasing the success, right? We should be chasing failures. I'm proud of my massive list of failures because it shows I'm closer to success, right? We should start keeping a whole list, extensive list of our failures, because that's what we should be proud of. That's what's getting us closer, moving the needle towards who we want to become and our vision, our goals. Okay? So without failures, you'll never make progress as a musician. You just won't. Okay? This is how we get success, is chasing failure. Become a frequent failure. Try and do it as often as possible. And this is horrible to think about, right? So you're like, oh, I'm chasing failure, getting up on stage and making a tit out of myself. That's what you're chasing. Sharing your art and no one cares about it. Or getting, when you share it with like a friend or something, they're like, oh yeah, nice bro, nice. You can tell the whole time they're like, oh, I can't wait for this to end. This is what you should be chasing. Because it's feedback, right? It's feedback from the world. You need to change something. You're never going to get it right the first time. This is the importance of the first iteration, right? We need to get it out. No matter what, our first YouTube videos, our first songs, our first forays into business, our first adventures in relationships, they're all going to be failures, but we must make them. We cannot be afraid of it. Because without it, we'll never get anywhere. And I know I'm beating a horse to death here, but it's so important. And this video is as much for me as it is for you. I struggle with this mightily, okay? But I'm starting to overcome it. So I want to teach you this lesson, and it's through the pursuit of failure. And I just want to share something that has helped me tremendously, right? And it's simply starting this YouTube channel and starting a project, a big one, having that vision, right? So I'm recording an album right now, and I've shared this on this channel many times, but in 3 to 4 months, I've got one song to show for it so far. But I've done it. I've had that first iteration. I got it out. I kept going. I dug in, crawled through the trenches, and I got there. And now that that's done, I guarantee the next song, 2 months. The one after that, 1. It's just going to get easier and easier and easier. You have to get the first iteration out of the way. It's always going to suck. And then you can start to adapt from there, right? So the next thing I want to share is practicing in public, sharing your failures, letting the whole world see them, and also detailing this project to an audience, however small, right? So my YouTube channel is dedicated to me just sharing the advice I'm learning while recording this album and being a creative. And that gives me an extrinsic motivation, something that's burning, that's like, I need to show that I'm doing this, okay? I've said I'm going to do it, so now I really have to. As creatives, we have to create a way to motivate ourselves. It's really hard. So we have the intrinsic motivation of we're creatives, we're musicians, right? So we just want to do it intrinsically, but we need that fire underneath us as well. We have a fire inside, but we need to have a fire burning under our arse that kicks us into gear, gets us going, right? And this is building a project, setting deadlines, stuff like that, right? So what I want you to take away from this video is please start outlining your project now. And how you do this is, let's say you're a musician, right? Like me. There's so many projects that you could be working on right now. So give yourself a deadline of a month, right? For creating a song, right? So you're going to write a song, right? And you could do it way quicker than that. You could do that in a week, okay? Have a whole song, lyrics, structure, if you're a guitar player, piano player, anything. You could do that, right? That's a project that you can maybe try yourself, right? Give yourself a week and do it and share it, okay? So you have to post the first YouTube video on Monday, right? And say, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to record this song. I'm giving myself a week to do it. And then by next Monday, you better have that upload. You can also do this by telling your friends or something like that to have a bit more motivation, right? This could be a long project. This could be an album like I tried to do in a year, okay? And set it up with YouTube. Hold yourself accountable. Have other people hold you accountable. You could make an agreement with someone like, listen, let's do this together. We're both musicians, right? So we're both going to start a project and try and build it. We're giving ourselves the same amount of time. We're both going to do it, motivate each other, you know? But this project could also be, if you're a soloist, learning a super hard song that you think is out of your range, just out of your range, right? Not too far, but something you know would be difficult, but you're going to do it anyway. And give yourself a week and use the same tips, okay? Or maybe it's learning a technique. Maybe you give yourself 30 days to learn tapping on guitar. And then you want to play Eruption by the end of it, by Van Halen. Or something like that. Maybe it's sweep picking. Maybe you're a metal guy. Maybe it's finger picking. You finally want to start playing maybe the Beatles finger picking songs, or some stuff like Fleetwood Mac. You want to get into that whole style. Or slide guitar. Give yourself 30 days to learn slide guitar. These little projects and stuff like this is how we improve as a human being, and especially as a creative. This is how we do it. Okay? So outline your project ASAP and find someone to hold you accountable, or build an audience and have them hold you accountable. Try and do it that way. Okay? So that's all I wanted to share. As always, as always, I have some links down below. So if you want to support this channel, feel free to make good use of those. One's called coffee, so you can buy me a coffee if you like. Fuel my addiction. So that would help me big time. But if you don't have the money, please don't worry about it. If you like to see more videos like this, you can also support the channel by subscribing, hitting the like button, or leaving a comment. Just tell me anything. If you've got any questions, I answer all comments, so leave them down below. I'll get back to you. Okay? So, I want to leave you with one final message. The time will never be perfect, so create today. Peace.